Hello there, Shadow Helmet Guy here, and for today we're diving into the Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered gameplay. It's a short breakdown and the footage was limited, but there are definitely some early impressions to cover. Looking at the gameplay here, my first impression is that visually it looks great. The environment are much clearer, less foggy, and you can actually see the battlefield and the scenery properly. Graphically, it's definitely an upgrade. However, when it comes to gameplay, it's a bit more of a mixed bag. The NPC reactions and the troop behaviour feels different. It looks like they may be using the remodels from the Origins version from the peons and the standard troops. The generals, on the other hand, feels more like a recreation of the original Dynasty Warriors 3 design. Player movement does seem improved. Your attack reach, combat flow and mobility, especially the dash mechanic, it looks more modern and responsive, but here is where I get slightly concerned. Yes, there's a lot of troops on screen, and they seem aggressive. However, many of them appear to crowd around without actively attacking. If that's the case, archers may not feel as deadly as before, and troop morale or defense might not be as punishing as the original version. It also seems easier to interrupt or stagger peons compared to the old game, although that could simply be difficulty settings. Other noticeable changes is the amount of visual indicators for generals, especially for Mutsu attacks and healing. When you can clearly see when a general is about to use a move, it removes some of the unpredictability and makes the fights easier. On top of that, defeated generals automatically drop items directly towards you, which reduces risk and positioning strategy. Altogether, it looks polished, but whenever these modern elements enhance or dilute the original challenge, that is what I'm unsure about. Now moving on to the older version of Dynasty Warriors 3. One thing I clearly remember is how structured the troops' formations were. When they advance, they were usually one soldier leading the front, with units positioned on both sides. It felt organized and deliberate. In terms of difficulty, most enemy troops were actively attacking. They would chain combos, and archers were generally dangerous from long range. Their damage added up quickly. In group fights, you had to be careful. Back attacks were common from peons, sergeants and even majors, and they weren't pushovers, taking them down with quite effort. And it wasn't just regular troops. General bodyguards, especially the main commanders or high-ranking officers, they were aggressive and had high defense. Morale also played a significant role. When enemies' morale is high, generals are tougher and more resilient. At the same time, allied NPCs were actually useful. They would push the front lines forward and defeat officers depending on the battlefield's momentum. You weren't carrying the entire war alone. But those are my thoughts on the small slice of gameplay. Of course, things could change when the full game releases. We'll have to wait and see. My only concern is, if too many systems are modernized and the difficulty drops too much, it could lose what made the original challenging for veteran players. Ideally, I would like to see a way to preserve the original experience as well, so modern players and long life fans are satisfied. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and once again, thanks for watching.